What it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Still working on that backlog. And I am Dakota Griswold of Gamers, Nerds, and Geeks United. And this is, of course, the story where I bring you the news today from yesterday. And some interesting stories came out yesterday. And yeah, let me jump into it. I'm going, of course, first to gamesindustry.biz, written by Rebecca Valentine. Shout out to her. She be doing her work out there. So, y'all remember what Indivisible is? It's a game that come out on PS4 and Xbox One, and it was supposed to come out on Switch at launch, but it got delayed. It was pushed back, and I've been waiting for this game even longer. I think I first played it in 2012, 2013. It was being alpha tested on the PS3, and then I just didn't hear about anything about it until maybe 2016, and I said, oh yeah, that's the game, and I remember the name. It stuck with me, and I said, oh, there it is, and it's coming. I said, oh, it's coming to Switch? And I felt that once it did come out, it would eventually come to the Nintendo Switch. But did you think it would just, soft launch and you didn't know something was happening? Yeah, the developers didn't even know it was happening either. And the game released on Switch just yesterday, and the developers had no idea. And I said, I might be bugging. Let me go check Amazon. And now Amazon has the physical edition for a June 30th release date. And Indivisible launches on Nintendo Switch without developers' knowledge. Lab Zero apologizes for old build, which doesn't include more recent features. Oh, this ain't looking good for the Switch version. Lab Zero's Metroidvania action RPG Indivisible launched on the Nintendo Switch North American eShops today. This is yesterday. Surprising everyone, including the developers. And the developers have said, it feels like you missed the announcement, said project leader Mike Zalmont on Twitter today. You're not alone. Our team found out because people on Twitter sent us congratulations. I had no idea, but there it is. They don't seem to be very upset. If they are, they're keeping it under quiet wraps. But Indivisible was a very good game. It went on sale on Black Friday, Cyber Monday last year, and I got it for about $15. And I was waiting to get it. I planned on getting it, but I had a backlog. But at $15, I just couldn't resist. And I played through a big portion of the game. I played about 15 hours of it, and I absolutely love it. It's an amazing game. It plays like Valkyrie Profile did back in the day on PS1, if you played that. Basically, you attack. Each button, you have a character assigned to each button, and then they have a meter once you push it between 1 and 3 times to attack. And then you got the side-scrolling part where you can climb and still attack them. You have a bow and arrow and an axe, and still attack enemies and take some of their health down before you actually open up combat. And I think that's a really, really dope concept. I like games like that. I think it's really, really fun. Indivisible was one of those underrated gems that came out last year. Finally released last year, I should say. And have any of you actually played Indivisible? Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Moving down to the story, next story. And Sony is getting real tired of people leaking their stuff. PS5 leaks came out in the most recent Last of Us leaks. I'm sick of y'all, man. Personally, I'm sick of y'all. Don't be ruining Last of Us 2 for me because I waited for this. I waited for this so much. So they found a way to basically stop spoilers. And this is coming to you today from Games Radar, written by Daniel Richardson, and it says, the blocking program will spot game details that will be considered spoilers and block users who have not reached these elements from seeing them in user-generated content or achievements. And continues on to say, perhaps what is more interesting about this technology is that it gives developers the ability to mark spoilers so they can only be uncovered by an individual as they progress through the game. I think that's a good idea, but of course it's probably going to come with some caveats. There's going to be some ways where the system isn't completely reading the fact that something's a spoiler, and you watch somebody else's clip, and then boom, spoiler. We don't want another Last of Us happening to us, or anything else that got spoiled on just the timeline of your PS4 or your Xbox, and you just looking at somebody's, and you're like, oh man, what's going on? They just spoiled it for me, and that absolutely sucks. And I hope that it catches it. And they say that you can put it in the developer's hands and be like, yo, mark this. And that's just something extra for developers to do. But that just comes with, new console generations. Everything has its exclusives. I hope all consoles use this because hopefully Nintendo eventually goes more of the online thing, have feeds and live feeds or whatever you call it, timelines on Nintendo Switch. I hope that Nintendo eventually gets there because Xbox and PlayStation is completely there. Even Steam, you know, that's what their thing has been. And I'm really hoping that this comes to fruition very well and locks, because I really don't want any spoilers. I don't want anything spoiled for me. I'm one of those people where spoilers do matter, and it's going to upset me. Now, honestly, I'm glad I haven't seen any Last of Us 2 spoilers yet, but if I did, I'd be very upset, but I would still play it because I waited so long for The Last of Us Part 2. Please don't spoil anything for people. Please be considerate. Please don't be bitter. Lads and ladettes, let's move on to the next story. Now, yesterday, a Stadia Connect happened. I don't personally get that excited for these, but I'm always glad to hear some gaming news, especially right now with the pandemic going on. And we got every game that got announced at Google Stadia, and there's some oldies, well, some goodies. Yesterday they did PUBG came out, Doom Eternal came out, and then later on this year, Jedi Fallen Order will be coming to Google Stadia. It says it's coming out this winter. And it came out, what, last fall? That's almost a year later. It seems like Stadia is the new Switch, where they're getting older games. The Switch is doing that first. You know what I'm saying? It's on top. You know, I'm going to always praise Switch because Switch is awesome. But I'm not down in Stadia, but, you know, they all have the whole first 2 months free situation going on. But I'm still not down. I don't want to play it. But I'm not really interested. I'm wondering if any of you have actually played Stadia and like Stadia. Just tell me what you think. But there's a bevy of new games that they announced just yesterday. It's a game called Kratea, and it's on Stadia first. And Get Packed, Wave Break, Ember, Zombie Army 4, Dead War. Now that's interesting. That's free for the Stadia Pro members on May 1st. And Zombie Army 4 Mission 2 Blood Count add-on. That's kind of dope too. I give them credit for that. I played a little bit of the Zombie Army games. Those are pretty good games. And I'm actually interested in Zombie Army 4, but yeah, looking for that sale, and I'll be playing it, but not on Stadia. And then, of course, we have Octopath Traveler coming on April 28th, today. That's a heavy hitter right there, because Octopath Traveler was a big deal on the Nintendo Switch, and with it coming to other consoles, and it was on PC, I think it's going to be a big deal. People like these old school sprites and these RPGs, and honestly, if Stadia decides, and this actually doesn't hurt Stadia exactly, because Octopath Traveler was on Switch first, and with it coming to other platforms, Stadia is kind of like, all right, we got that one right there. And then they got Rock of Ages 3, and you play as a giant rock. That's not my forte. It's not my preference. But I want to say at least Google is trying with the Stadia. And I hope that they do better, because competition is healthy. I don't want anybody to go out of business. I don't want anybody to lose their jobs. And I really hope that Stadia thrives and maybe eventually goes, you know, hey, maybe Grizz and G and GU will be deciding to check out Stadia. And right now, though, nah. Moving on to the next story. We got May 2020's Xbox Live with Gold. And the other day we have the rumored PS4 lineup. But today we got Xbox Live with Gold. First of all, on the Xbox One, we have V-Rally 4. That's from May 1st to May 31st. And then we have Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor, Martyr, May 16th to June 15th. And then on the Xbox 360 side, of course, compatible with Xbox One, you know. And you got Sensible World of Soccer. This appears to be a hit from back in the day. And it kind of went over my head. I didn't play it. And then you have Overlord 2. That's from May 16th to May 31st. Sensible World of Soccer is, of course, May 1st to May 15th. Apologies for that. And anything in this, I've been wanting to get Overlord 2, but, you know, I'm not super interested in it, but I was waiting for a deep sale to have one of those games that you jump in when you're between games. But Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor, Martyr, I'm interested. I'm always interested in the Diablo-like games and hack and slash action games. That's my forte. So when that does drop May 16th, I'll be downloading it. And it might be one of my transitional games from when I'm going from one big game to the next. And I want to do a little bit of mindless hack and slash and playthrough. As far as Sensible World of Soccer and V-Rally, those aren't for me. I might give Sensible World of Soccer a try. I'm not a big soccer fan, but why not? It's free. Lads and ladettes, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I thank you for watching the video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about the games with gold. and what you think about Sony's spoiler prevention, and what do you think about the Stadia Connect, and what do you think about developers not even knowing that Indivisible dropped. And that's wild, isn't it? Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the video. Please like if you did. If not, hit the dislike, share, subscribe if you haven't. Please, see you tomorrow. Lads and ladettes, this video is finito.